know Texas has had some let's call them rebuilding times the last couple of years, but what do you think about this team right now? Because there's, they've added Seager and Simeon, and the prospects are there, it seems, and the farm is still coming, it seems like, with Jack and a lot of guys down there still.
I mean, obviously, Jack Leiter is the number one name that sticks out. Obviously, would love to get Josh Young healthy. You figure when that happens, he's going to be up here pretty quickly. When you look at, say, this Gallo trade that just happened, and you got Glenn Otto, you have Duran, you have Josh Smith. I mean, such bright young talent, and they've all gotten off to pretty good starts at the major league level. But they say, I mean, it seems like the blueprint of building a championship team is through your minor league system. And a lot of times teams will wait to spend. Well, the Rangers went out and they spent. They got Simeon, they got Seager, and now all that young talent is coming around. So it's pretty spectacular to see what this team is doing. And I think the future is obviously bright.
Well, yeah, I wanted to specifically ask you about Duran and Smith there, too. I know it's extremely small sample sizes, right? But when you see a player come up and show what he can do immediately, how do you evaluate that?
There's been plenty of players that have come around that, maybe get off to a great start and they don't have an extended major league career. So, you don't want to be overly optimistic. You realize that this is a game where you need to show that you can you can perform at a high level, not just for 100 at-bats, but, for an extended period of time. But I would say, say like a Josh Smith, he may never be a guy that's going to hit 30 home runs, but, just off the top of my head, he looks like a winning player. Plays defense. He has great at-bats. He's got some speed. He's a good base runner. He's aggressive, gritty. It's the type of player that you love. He's the type of guy you surround him with some great players, with some superstars like Simeon, like Seager. That guy is going to flourish. Duran is another spectacular name. I mean, I was watching the day that he hit his first major league homer on a 99-mile-an-hour fastball, really good at bat, and that is just – I feel like that's a preview of what's to come for him. So, like I said, there's no way to know if these guys are going to be the type of guys that have that repetition and that track record of success for years to come. But those are guys that I would bet on. Just being able to see them early in their career, the glass is half full.
Right on. Could the Rangers possibly sneak in for a final wild card spot? Do you see that?
I think it's possible. We saw the type of May that they had, and they played some good teams. I think it's just a matter of consistency. I think there's enough youth on this team right now to where they've played some inconsistent baseball since the beginning of June, but it's a long season. I'll tell you what, if they ended up in the postseason, I think they have enough talent to where I would not be surprised. And obviously, as a Rangers fan, I'm going to be biased. I would love to see him out there, but there's no guarantee. I think the future is bright, so I think I'm patient enough to where if it didn't happen this year, I think we're going to start to see it and expect it starting next year and in the coming years after that. But I would love for that streak to begin this year.